Williford and Kirsten's story. Both of you guys are best friends. You just got off work, had a great night of work.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good
What
day.
was so great about it? Just because you made a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything flowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No hiccups, no Karens?
It was the day that you hope for.
Yeah. So it just went all cylinders fired properly. That's what's up. Yeah, I like those days. You don't get those days very often in carpentry. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sure you can't with you guys with kids. Yeah? Yeah. Fascinating. Anyway, how are you actually enjoying it working there? Because you've been, what are you now, a year coming up on it?
In February.
February, a whole year. Would you go back to Hot Topic if they wanted you? And they offered you more money?
It wasn't Hot Topic.
It wasn't.
It wasn't Hot Topic?
It was Spencer's.
Oh, it's like the same thing.
No.
It's not at all the same thing.
It's not?
You can't walk into Hot Topic and buy a dildo, man.
Truth.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Spencer's is in the mall too, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
it's across from the food court.
They're neighbors.
Yeah, they're like the Hot Topic's like, what, 2 doors down?
No,
Or,
like they're
literally
neighbors.
next door.
So, wait, so I could go get me Annie Ann's pretzel and a dildo all within like a 15-foot radius?
So yeah, it's like one
You just
pop
gotta walk
shop.
around the opening, man.
Pretzels and dicks. Dicks and pretzels.
Or Chick-fil-A and dildos. Hey, best of 2 worlds.
Yeah, white girls and their Chick-fil-A. They love
I
that
really like
shit.
Chipotle.
Yeah, that food
Chipotle's
court has some good
all
ones.
right.
Yeah,
What
man.
what do you guys like about working at the mall so much? Because you've been there your whole life.
My whole life.
Forever.
No, I mean, it's nice about working at the mall 'cause I don't go out in the mall. But it's nice because we have constant business. Because if we have availability, then we still can take walk-ins.
Yeah, but it was just you've worked. I remember when you stopped working where you're at and went to the tent shop.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a different atmosphere than going into the?
Yeah, I mean, it was not. Yes and no. I mean, it was still a receptionist type of job, but it was just a lot more laid back. I had a lot less responsibility,
Yeah. Well,
and it wasn't really a walk-in type of place.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like at the mall, people just walk in just to see. Because I do this shit all the time. I'll go into a store and be like, oh, what do they got? And just walk in to be walking in. I feel awkward. I hate it when people are like, hi, sir, how you doing? Anything I can help you with? No. I think I just walked in. If I
It's
needed
not their
help,
fault,
I'll
though.
come up and ask you.
It's part of it because we have people who get upset if we don't greet them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the proper thing to do, I guess. How long have you been at the mall altogether with Spencer's and everything?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, I guess I started there like the very beginning of 2019.
And what'd you do before that?
I don't remember, man. Hold on. Let's see.
close?
Okay, no. I know what happened. So, the summer of 2018, I was in Virginia Beach and I had to come home.
Oh, Vibe Beach, that rings home.
She used to live there.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, I was there for a little bit of time I was there with my sister, staying there with her, and the hurricane hit, and they're like we are with tornadoes here. They're like, it's a fucking hurricane. What are you talking about? And I was like, fuck, I gotta go. I'm gonna drown. I can't swim, man. No.
And everybody else is like stripping off all the old wax from the
Yeah,
summer, put waxing
Sam's
up
Club,
their boards.
Sam Club looked at me so stupid when I was like, I think I'm gonna have to go home. And they're like, okay, well, do what you gotta do. But if you don't show up for your shift,
Later.
yeah. And I was just like, well, all right. See ya, going home.
That's like snow
here's
out
my new
here.
address. Yeah. And they just looked at me
The
like I
snow
was
and ice.
stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If it snows out there, oh my God, it's like a normal day down in the city driving. They're just horrible at it, just completely horrible. And I've learned that more and more. I got a good joke out of it the other night, though. It killed. It really did, and I think it's gonna become part of my set. And another joke I've started working on. I've had it for the whole time, but I just have finally polished it up. It's just about how easy it could have been to be gay for me. I see how easy it would have been, but enough about that.
What?
Huh?
Do you want to just tell the joke?
No, she knows it. You guys have heard it multiple times.
Have I, though?
Yeah, you guys are just stoned because you can't remember 2 years ago where you worked before Spencer's.
I worked at Build-A-Bear before I worked at Spencer's. And before I was at Build-A-Bear, I was at Sam's Club in Palm Beach.
And then before that was Lowe's? Because then she did the Lowe's?
Yeah, that was somewhere in there, man.
Because that's what I always hear when I go to Lowe's with her. She's like, yeah, Kirsten works
All
there.
right.
Her mom works there.
So listen, I went from... So if you go backwards, Va Beach, before that, I was at Lowe's. Had some issues. Couldn't work the hours they needed me to work.
Yeah, that's corporate shit. That's the big issue with corporate.
Yeah, man.
I sat down to do the application, and the first thing it said, there was a little piece of paper right on top of the machine. It says, if you do any kinds of drugs, do not even waste your time filling out an application.
We're at Lowe's?
Yeah.
I
was like, well, let me just go ahead and leave.
Yeah.
I signed out immediately.
You know, there's this lady that comes into our work pretty frequently. I would say maybe every 4 weeks. And every time she's like, if you aren't treated well here, you really got to go to Sam's Club.
Oh, the Sam's Club lady.
You really got to go to Sam's Club. They pay $15
$15 an hour.
They gave me this jacket.
She goes, look at my jacket. It says, the Sam's Club. Like, it's black. There's nothing special.
And like this
embroidery.
Lady, she drops the A-bomb in the middle of a kid's place.
Oh my God.
She says, he should have been an abortion. What?
Like, literally.
What?
Like, first of all, what? Because
crazy.
I get my 15
somebody said
hours.
the abortion? And
Yeah, about her daughter. She was like, well, I have custody of him now. He was supposed to be an abortion.
She
and I was like,
literally said
no,
that at the
not
front
my
counter.
grandbaby. Like, what? Like, you can't say that here, ma'am. And good for you for standing up for what you believe in. Sorry it was your daughter. Here's your change. Have a really great day.
But if you want a job at Sam's Club, you should go because I work part-time and I get 2 bonuses around Christmas time.
Every time she says.
I had 2 bonuses. And they were at least $500. And
she says, I get my 15 hours, so I get my benefits. Every time she says that. Make sure you get your benefits. 15 hours. She goes, we're struggling.
15, yeah, they are. Because when I went there to get my fucking tires replaced, it took forever.
I hear that all the time.
Like, I literally went in there and I was like,
all the time.
I sat there and watched them. And like, because I went outside to smoke a cigarette and they finally pulled my shit in. And there was 3 of them back there not doing a motherfucking thing. They were like, kept bringing in other cars for one. And they'd get them up on the stand and not do shit.
That's because they couldn't see yours.
No, mine was already in. Mine was in on the stands, and they had taken off like 2 tires, put one on, and all the other tires were off or whatever. So I finally went in there. I was like, yo, I've been here. It was like 2 or 3 hours. I was like, look, I've been here this long. I'm bound to tell you guys just to take the fucking tires back off and put mine back on. And I'm going to get my money back. And you should have seen their faces then. They were like, if this motherfucker takes me to make me take all these tires back off the rim, put the old tires back on the rim.
On your zip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys hate.
Did you
guys...
see that your dude Nick has the same zip
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you? I lost it when I pulled into the driveway and I saw 2 Chevy Sparks, one after another.
All right. You know.
The dude.
You know, man. You know what I'm trying to say right now.
That's exactly who you're thinking
What
of.
color is his?
I don't know. It looked green.
No. What happened?
No, it was white. It's toasted ma too.
Whoa.
The toasted ma. I'm sorry, I had to adjust something. There we go. Anyway, but yeah, he's got the toasted. I really like Nick. Like he was one of my favorite guests that I've had on here and sat down and just we did like 4 or something hours. Huh?
What?
Who has a boyfriend?
You.
Who?
Your dude Mike.
Oh, Ratcliffe. I really like Ratcliffe too. He's really
he's your
cool.
bromance?
Yeah.
He is
Ratcliffe's
bromance.
cool,
It's
cool
all right.
guy. But
He's so cool.
he's busy.
He's busy. He sometimes has to stay home and wash his hair.
The dude's funny.
He always is talking about his hair, I swear. He's like, he just has royalty hair. All right, royalty hair.
Yeah, me and him have been talking, and we're supposed to be doing some sketches, like sketch comedy stuff, like different ideas he's working on. Because he knows really the production into stuff like videos and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Which I'm hoping is going to help me up this game on this. But my sketches that I've got so far, the best one I've done, figured out, is parents ever buy a lottery ticket when you were a kid and you'd be like, what if you win? And you guys ever talk about what happens if you win? What would you do with it if you were rich, basically?
Yeah.
Have that like fun little conversation.
Yeah,
As
of course.
Poor people, I did. I know our family. Anytime my parents
Fuck yeah, mute. We know about Flavor Aid. You're right.
So
we know about that shit.
I want to do that. Like,
oh my god, that hurts my soul. I forgot about that.
Fuck that blue raspberry though. That blue raspberry is my favorite.
Yeah, I want to do a sketch where we shoots with a family doing that. Maybe a mom, a dad, and a kid, and a sister, and they're like a poor family that's got a lottery ticket, but they're all huddled around like an oven, keeping warm, and they're like, "What if we win and we were millionaires?" And they're talking, and they do that, and then it kind of dissolves and turns into a rich family that's like in this huge fucking mansion. And they're doing they go to the oven and they're like pretending what if we were poor and had to like use the oven and they were doing like what poor people do if they were rich.
Some of the shit you come up with is just like, it's so silly, and like I just can't help myself, just the eye rolls, and it reminds me of the comics that do the Whitest Kids You Know. That shit's just so silly.
Who?
Whitest Kids You Know.
Who's that?
What is that?
They have little skits like that. It's like, tough break kid, you have AIDS. Here's a peppermint.
I haven't seen those.
Bro.
I'll have to look that up.
It's so funny.
Nice try.
And like so many different videos of like being drunk bad dads, like all kinds of stuff. And like anytime you talk about doing those skits, that's what I think of.
So yeah, that's the kind of things we're trying to do. I guess he wants to do something different, which I don't. He wants to create something that's comedy but different, because he's like, we got to do something different. Everything's changing since the pandemic and all that. Like I agree. Or you just really got to pump up your output on content. So that's kind of what we're trying to do is the content thing, because you can tell the people that are really good at that, like the guys that are getting famous right now, because during the pandemic, the comedians and the performers that are like hitting YouTube real hard and all the social media platforms, they're the ones that are making money during this, not losing money. So, and actually going to come out of it fucking on top, booking out these arenas once they're able to be booked again. And a lot of these bigger guys are going to have to start back at the bottom because they haven't been performing at all. And performing's one of those things you gotta kind of keep doing. If you get rusty real quick, and you're not trying nothing. It doesn't matter writing.
Unless you have my genetics, I'm funny all the time.
Just all the time, right? You
constantly.
You get laughs. You only got laughs when you were dogging me the whole time.
Bullshit.
And she didn't even know she was talking shit on me
because I'm so kind-hearted.
Maybe it's because you're just so funny. You didn't even realize how funny you were. That wasn't even part of your joke. You didn't realize it was a joke.
Exactly. It's effortless.
Why didn't you do comedy?
I don't want to.
No, you like, fuck it.
I'd rather sit here, get high and have laughs. It doesn't. I have no desire to stand up in front of people and like talk shit to them to their face. I don't need to do that. If I don't talk shit on you, I'm gonna be like, hey,
I got
man,
Twitter, bitch.
You suck. No, man, no, I'm just gonna say it to your face.
Kidding.
Like, if you're cool. If not, I'm just gonna walk away. And if you're like, why are you walking away? I'm like, you suck, bro.
Yeah,
sorry.
Your shit talking isn't. I'm not talking about your shit talking. I'm talking about when you're sitting over here telling stories or just laughing and joking around. You're funny. You have that already.
So that's like real life, though.
Exactly.
But I don't want to get up necessarily in real life and be like, hey, I'm going to tell you about real stuff.
I'm not like saying I'm like forcing you. I just want to know why.
But that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
I've definitely thought about doing it. Obviously, going to shows, seeing it. I've been like,
Have you ever done
I could
any
do
kind
it,
of
but-
sport? Like, were you ever on this center stage?
yeah, man. I played varsity sports all year,
Oh, okay.
my whole life.
So you're just like, you don't like this. You know what the spotlight is. There's a lot of people that don't want
Yeah,
to do it.
no.
Never even been in the spotlight, so they don't know what that feeling is as performing in front of a crowd.
Yeah,
so.
I don't like it. I don't really get off on it, and I don't want it.
Yeah, comedians and like wrestlers and fighters, we're all the like most self-absorbed fucks because
Yeah, not me.
we want to be spotlight because we're like, I don't know what that means. What if we're psychopaths or narcissists? I don't know what it means.
Like, I'll give you an example. In high school, I was in the paper many times for many different things. And every time I was like, that's really cool. Throw it in the trash. Like, I was like, I know I was there. I know what happened. Like, and that was it. And like one time my neighbors brought the paper over and it had me in it and a couple other people and they wrote a little note like, this is awesome. You're our neighbors. And I was like, that's really cool. And I saved that because it made it seem like it was sentimental to them. And I thought that was really cool. But like me and myself, I had the same paper, the same picture. I threw it away. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, that's morbid. You don't want to like show it off to your significant other one day. Even like, what if someone calls you out? I'd be like, see, we could be sitting here with like an all-state fucking. What'd you play? Volleyball, softball?
I played softball.
Yeah.
I played college softball.
Yeah, we're sitting here with like an all-state. Like, I'm gonna get contacted like some softball coach at softball. It's like, I've been looking all over for this girl. Just seen her at this college game, and yeah, that's what it is.
That was a different decade ago, and that's a different person.
And I'm
For
gonna look
sure.
her up, and it's gonna be like this video, and she's just like slinging a fucking ball at
Stop.
150 miles an hour. She's got like world records and shit.
Listen,
I
back-
totally visualized Mrs. Trunchbull from Matilda.
Yeah, man, that was for real. That was me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
That's
I
so funny.
was not a girly girl. Like that's fair comparison. It was very intense. Just different person altogether.
That's cool. Did you wear a lot of hoodies in school?
Yeah, man, I was a big tomboy. I had a lot of people who got mad
I knew it. I just see you as
Mad
the
about
hoodie
what?
guy.
that I didn't dress like a girl.
Oh, whatever.
You definitely.
Yeah, man, fuck them. I was hot. I knew it. I didn't care.
Yeah, see, that's something that a lot of guys. There was girls that like I always found any girl that was athletic. I was like, she got that tight. I mean, sorry, but a lot of guys didn't see that. They were so conceited with that main hot chick that wasn't really that hot. She was just popular for some reason because she put too much makeup on. I went to Fox and I went to some Carolina high schools, so that's kind of.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing here, man.
Yeah.
And they're the same way here, man.
The guys, sometimes some girls, and every now and again there was one that was like, you just undeniable, but some of the girls, like some of the hottest girls in our school to me weren't the most popular ones that everybody else was like, oh, she's the hottest. I was like, no fucking way. She gonna be busted in about 5 years. That one right there, though.
I mean, we had that happen.
genes. I seen her mama at the last PTA meetings. Nothing from you.
That would be funny if I believed that you were at a PTA meeting.
Or my parents went to PTA.
Right? Oh, God.
My mom's like, why do I gotta go there? I pay my taxes. You work for me.
Oh my god, that is not so.
And then the IRS be like, actually, you don't. We audited your ass.
You're silly.
It's true. That's what happened. So are you gonna get it back up on stage ever, Jules?
Maybe.
Maybe. Have you
If
been
you're
writing?
lucky.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're fortunate enough to get a show every day.
But no, I'm not. I could. I was only able to go up. What is it?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about my personal show to you.
Oh, me at any time. Yeah.
Yeah. I constantly make you laugh, and I constantly make my mom. I make her. I'm a.
You're a showman you're just like, that's what you do for a living already, huh?
Literally, I fill out certificates constantly. I gotta play with glitter at work. I mean, like
Yeah.
how? And I gotta.
We have a really, really, really cool
I get
job.
to play.
And there's not any other job I can think of that is even remotely comparable.
It's so silly.
It is.
All the time. Sometimes it was just fun.
It was just
Why does it sound like I'm in a bubble?
that.
Oh, sorry. Turn that off. This thing, I just got it and installed it, and I've been fucking with it. So when you guys called me and were like, "Hey, let's do that," I was like, I had already unhooked everything. I was like,
I'm on the spot.
Sorry,
no,
man
that's
was
cool.
just riding the highway. You
yeah,
know?
that's cool. That's cool. I was thinking about doing. I was looking for an open mic but I couldn't find anything. I think there's one tomorrow that I haven't been to. I'm going to check out. But anytime you've been over and I've been talking some, as people call they call them conspiracies.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
into
man.
that shit, aren't you?
Yeah, man.
And
I sit there and watch the YouTube shit.
And
I'm all about that.
What's your favorite one?
I don't know.
What's like the one you've probably gone down the deep? There's like 9/11. You've got the moon landing, the moon being a fucking. Then you got flat earthers. You've got. There's all kinds. Like,
I don't know that I've really dove deep into any of them, but I've definitely dabbled in all of them, if that makes sense. Okay. So I know enough to have a conversation because we've had conversations before about stuff that Julia's just like, what the fuck? I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever.
Yeah.
I get this look.
Yeah, pretty much. But
the whole beginning was me just trying to have her part of it, but you've maybe swing and a miss. You should have put in more because now you're really we're moving on to aliens, goddammit, and you know everything about it.
I think my thing is I focus more on the fact of how the government as a whole, I guess, definitely hide shit. Like, they don't tell you everything, man. And if you believe that, you're part of the problem.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think actually today, that is the big reason so many conspiracies have been created. Just the fact, anytime I think the government today throws anything with the NSA title on it to where the public's not allowed to see it whatsoever, as a national security threat, that just means basically they're doing something illegal or they're hiding something that, because the whole national security threat's bullshit. Like, really, we shouldn't be we allow them to spend $800 billion this year. Pretty much, it's almost $800 billion on killing people. It's just killing humans. Instead, and they hide all that. And that's what we can see. That's what they approve. There's two different budgets. There's a budget that we're not allowed to see, too, called the black budget. And we're not, and even the Congress and shit like that's not even allowed to really see it.
What's that thing they just passed that they have till the end of the month?
180 days of countdown to disclosure. So what day is it?
Yeah, man, to release all the. So the government has to release like every fucking thing that they know about UFOs, like everything. And they have till like the third day, and then if they don't, like, some shit happens.
You realize how similar you are.
I know.
That's why I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Shut up, man.
No, it's actually.
One time she cried because I didn't understand Star Wars.
I'm a very, very, very emotional person. And the fact that you have never, ever, ever seen any Star Wars thing at all. What did I even say? I said something. I was talking about an Ewok, wasn't I? I said something about an Ewok, and you're like, what? And I was like, the little bear things, they're all cute, whatever. How do you know what they are? And you're like, I've never seen Star Wars before, and I was driving, and I was just.
And you're like, I don't know if she's like judging me as a geek now, and if I'm
no,
like...
it wasn't even that. I was just in so much
sure.
I was just in so much shock, and my body just was like, so we suck, and here's an embarrassing force of emotion. And then driving all cool with these sweet ass sunglasses I have, and then boop, little tears, And she's like, "Are you fucking
Look,
crying?"
So bad.
you've probably just got a stalker, like a Star Wars stalker.
No, man,
Lay
I'm not
down,
that
buddy.
hard. I'm not that hard into it. It was just
If you cried over it,
no, you don't
that's,
understand.
you
I cry
earned
about
it.
everything. I cry over every little thing.
That's funny.
I'm a super emotional person. I just
Is that your new hat?
Yeah, buddy, lay down.
what? Where?
Lay down,
That Vans
buds.
hat?
What does this
Lay
say?
down.
Crushed it.
Oh, with a little
Every
can.
day.
Oh, and there's the other one.
You bought 2 hats?
No, they had the deal going.
So one for me, one for you?
Buddy, tell him to lay
Hey,
down.
bro, lay down, man. Get your seat. There you go.
Yeah, that's it says it's a Grim Reaper
Lay
with
down.
a 6-pack, and it says "Where's the after party?"
Down.
Pretty cool, right?
You're pretty cool. Which one's mine?
Good boy.
Oh, that's what it is.
Lay down.
Huh?
So which one's mine? One for me and one for you.
This is why I don't have. God damn it!
Arts and crafts are
Now I
fun.
gotta edit. No. I need that to stop being so damn noisy. It's annoying the piss out of me. Keep telling her about aliens.
Okay,
Oh, that's what we can do.
so here. Okay, so I'll tell you something. This is something that I talk about at home all the time. No, so people think all the time that they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be abducted by aliens. I don't want to be. It's so scary." Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought that. But, like, here's another perspective. Why the hell would aliens want to come to Earth? Why would aliens want to come to Earth? Because if aliens,
To crush us like ants.
bro, why do they even give a fuck about us?
They don't.
Exactly. Like, we're probably some simulation in their little fucking game. Like, beep, boop, bop, bop. You want to know what reincarnation is? Dude, that's just the game restarting. You're next in the game. Like, that's... Sorry, that's... I know that you're not... Sorry.
Dude, that's a whole level of philosophy.
Yep, sorry.
Whole other level of philosophy.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Anyways.
Don't be sorry.
Anyways, so, like, why would aliens want to come fuck with us?
I
If
don't
they're
know.
flying
Don't
around in
worry
the
about it.
universe, they're doing a lot of shit that we haven't even discovered and that we're on the verge of discovering. But, like, why would they come fuck with us?
Okay, well, the theories on that, if people ask, because recently a couple weeks ago, we had the top chief of space and security for Israel's space program, which works very closely with America. Israel military and America's military and space programs work very closely together. And he came out and said that the aliens are real. They don't want to be disclosed. That humans aren't ready. They don't believe that we're ready. There's still some of us that can't accept or understand. Like, our brains just can't comprehend what the fabric of space. That's the thing that interests me the most. Is like when he says that, he says the fabric of space, and we aren't yet able to comprehend. And that's a big thing that, like, is in the physicist astronomy world, is like a lot of those people, they say we, like the average person like me and you, aren't able to even comprehend what nobody really can. That's the biggest thing. Everything that we know is just a theory. Everything that we think is what it is. It's all a theory. So it could be all just a computer program. There's evidence, and there is studies, and there is people that are very, very smart that say, basically, they don't like say it's a fact. They just say you can't prove it's not, because we can't prove anything. We don't for sure know anything, and it's all just theories that we base on because we can repeat it. We can replicate it, and that's what science is. But they say how big the universe is, just our universe. There could be multiple universes or infinite universes, and to where in another universe it's all just like this, But
It's
you've
fucking
got
Rick and Morty, man.
Yeah, you've got
It's-
black hair,
I
and
know you
I've
don't
got
know, but it's
yeah.
Rick and Morty.
I watched that a couple of times when I was really hitting acid hard one summer. Like the kids were all really into it. I was
wanna
like,
do
this ain't no
acid.
cool. I wasn't go. I like going outside and shit.
Jealous. Yeah.
I was thinking about doing an episode of getting some friends around and doing some Sid for an episode. But then again, I don't really like doing acid around people.
That's fair.
You know.
When you just blew that smoke out like that, you look like the dude from fucking Workaholics when he wears the fucking bear.
That redhead curly hair fuck.
So, but
I
back,
love his hair. It's amazing. He's got the. Woo!
so back to the whole alien thing. We've now got the Israel of Space a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago that did it. We got the 180-day countdown. We've also got the fact that
Listen, we're right on the verge.
about 9 months ago, the Pentagon came out and said that they had recovered a unearthly made, terrestrial made, mean an alien made spaceship. They have recovered an unearthly made vehicle, which means they have uncovered an alien spaceship from another planet.
Great.
And that proves that that the aliens are real. Like, it hasn't like hit
stand
yet.
behind that.
Because I still, every time I talk to people that haven't heard this, like last night with Jason and them, and they're like, well, I wasn't aware of all this. And I was like, yeah, all that. They're like, because they didn't know. Back in the day.
Who watches the news though? Like, unless you specifically search for that.
No, that's what I'm about to get to. Back in the 80s or 90s when like X-Files, the show was really popular. At the heyday, if they would have had this information and came out with it, the news and the media would have been all over it. But no, all they've talked about is Trump and COVID. That's it.
I feel like the media is getting ready to they're starting to fade away.
Yeah.
They're starting to be classified on the same level as YouTubers and on the same level as people who just post on Facebook and Instagram. And therefore it doesn't matter. And they fake news, whether it's true, whether it's not, whether people believe it, whether they don't. It's real. It's not. People believe their sources wherever they want, and so therefore news on TV is irrelevant. So people don't watch it.
Yeah, being open-minded and willing to accept facts that you weren't previously, like sometimes you think one way and they present you a fact. A lot of people, it seems like our parents' generations really like they're being hit with facts and they're just losing their fucking mind. It's not us. It's not us 30-year-olds that are really out there going nuts. You saw a bunch of fucking older 30, 40, 50-year-olds out there storming the castle. Like, I think I seen 3 or 4 times in a video, guys bent over like, we're going to storm that bitch in a minute.
What? Really?
I didn't see the video, but
Catch my breath.
Pictures.
Trump
Yeah, I just saw
2024.
They
Goddamn.
look like they're from the
Now that
JC,
you
man.
say that's accurate.
Like they had.
I
I
guess I
mean,
didn't really look at the demographics. I should have because it's.
I just looked at
It's
the
a
pictures
tie.
and they looked like they were from the JC, and I was like, that's all I need to know.
Literally.
yeah, I'm sure there was some there that were just there to protest because they were Trumpers and they're like.
Yeah, a lot of people came from all different areas.
No,
yeah.
there is the actual fact though that
I've never
they
seen
have been
so many
lied to. There's a
plates.
good reason that they can't trust the media. This whole time, any main news media, if you don't have the internet to go on YouTube or nothing, and all you have is CNN or whatever to watch,
Which
or
is the
and
old people.
Fox, and all that, they've been saying nonstop. This has been the most secure election in history, and there has been absolutely no election fraud. Well, just a couple of days ago, the Republican, I mean the Attorney General of Texas was arrested and is looking at 20 years in prison because of voter fraud, to where she was carrying around ballots. The guy caught her. The same James O'Keefe from Project Veritas got her on camera, hidden camera, talking about it and how she was accepting money from the Democratic candidates or some shit. I don't know. I don't care about either side. I know that there's been fraud because there's been people that were voting for Trump like twice and they caught plenty of people for voter fraud that way. So either way, there's voter fraud. So why are they sitting there preaching it? I think they really just need to sit there. We need to have AI, a robot, do it. Like China's got the idea on that. They have a a news anchor that's a robot chick. She just talks the news, and she's all. Did y'all know that? Have y'all seen that? They have a robot.
Is it the
that
one?
does the news.
It's the one that she's been around for a while.
Yeah, she's been around for a few years now.
I think she's the one that was on. Sorry, I know that wasn't really helpful. I think she was on Jimmy Fallon like a minute ago though, and it was whenever she first came out. She has like a human face.
Yes. You may be talking about Sophie. Is it a white chick? Yeah. No, they have this perfectly Asian chick. You can barely tell it's a robot that sits there, and she's a news anchor and does the news.
You know what? I bet
with
you
the papers and stuff to make it more realistic psychologically. It just everything. It just replicates that, but they do the news. That's what we need. But I think politics.
We don't need the news, man.
Yeah, I got this bright idea. Like
different.
When we do banking online, right, on our phones and everything. It's made it pretty great. We don't have to physically go to the bank and transfer money over. They don't have to see us. We have passwords.
I don't even have a physical bank.
Yeah. We have, encryption on our phones, everything. All that's real safe. Even since COVID, we do doctor or medical kind of shit and stuff where social security numbers and birth certificate and pictures of those go out. And that's secure and encrypted to where it can't be hacked. So why can't... Now that we have this technology, why are our politics still stuck in the fucking 1800s when you had to go vote and they had to take a feather and
Like
that guy? Yeah, they didn't even have it. And then they had to get on their horses and ride back home. Why are we still running this shit like that? Fuck that. Fuck a politician. We don't need politicians no more.
So yeah, is the system change the whole thing?
Yeah, any bill that needs to be placed, any law that needs to go, where the money goes, what money is allocated where, everything's voted on. We get questionnaires in the morning. Every morning we get on our phones when we're taking our shit. And what does this person want? Every person votes. The votes are tallied up into a system. Boom. And then the people get to, also there's to make sure it stays straight, it's completely in public access. The code, everything when it comes down to the coding, all that, everything's public access as far as to be able to be seen what's going on. And then you hire them top motherfuckers like Edward Snowden and those computer coding hackers to make sure it stays secure that are heroes to them, American heroes as far as Edward Snowden. But yeah, and I think that would change the game because and if a candidate came out and ran on that, like not me, but somebody that was like better looking and better well spoken, came out there
pretty honey
and ran on this. He said, I'm not running on any platform. I'm not running on any party. I got a system set up. You download this app and you decide what happens on, what you want. The people decide, and what you decide, that's all I choose. If you just,
Dude, I feel like that's a movie.
If it's illegal abortion, well, you want to put abortion goes on the table. Everyone in the world, if you want to have a vote on it, everyone gets to vote on yes or no. Should it be in place or not? And then the laws that go along with it, vote on.
That sounds like a game show.
How is that a game? But that would take care of all the politics.
No, I'm not disagreeing. It just feels like so.
Buddy.
I don't know, like that movie that Justin Timberlake was in, where it's like Timeless or.
I don't know.
Y'all don't think that would fix stuff? Oh, that's perfect. Just lay down.
I mean, if you want me to, I will.
You guys don't think that would help the system at all? Y'all don't have an opinion on that? No.
No, I mean, I think it'd be helpful, but at the same time, if just like with the election, people will be like, "Oh, it's rigged," and then everyone's gonna have an opinion and be like, "Well, it's rigged no matter what," It's a constant battle of people having opinions. Just like you guys said.
There's always going to be the conspiracy theorists, QAnon quacks that are just deniers. That's human nature to reject the system, pretty much. Like to not want to be controlled. That's like a human nature
It's
thing.
just like whenever you're like, oh, don't, what's that thing called whenever they count how many people are in the area and stuff like that?
Census?
Yeah, he said don't
I'm not worried
the
about a
census and
census.
stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like that's something that's supposed to be beneficial, and then what you're saying is people should conform to fill out this thing to be beneficial. But I'm saying people are going to be opinionated because it's a controlled type of thing, just like the census.
Yeah, but the census still happened and people still take part in it. I mean, the polls
Yeah, I'm
are
not
still
saying
taken.
I didn't say it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it's going to be something similar to that.
Right,
It's
but
not a new idea. 'Cause
but
it's
there
the same
will be.
idea.
I think there is always going to be the deniers and the people that think that they're just going to question it. You
Of
know,
course.
and that's who we need. And you say you bring them in and be like, show me, give me the evidence, show the world. We have the ability to put this stuff on blast, right in front of everything, live. Everything. The revolutionary may not be televised, but that motherfucker's gonna be on YouTube, live, and Facebook, like World Star, as it goes down.
So basically, purge is what you're aiming.
No, I'm not talking about purge. If somebody's gonna question the system and thinks that they can prove that it's being fucked, they have the ability to go in and prove it. Instead of like, no, NSA, that's national security threat. No, this is a land ruled by the people instead of a small group of plutocratic corporations and military industrial complexes like the Lockheed Martins and the Raytheons and Edward Jones and Boeing. Like, these are the guys that run the world. They're unelected officials that are in the fucking government that are the ones that make the real decisions. The president's just a guy we point the finger at. I mean, reality, we see what they can do to stop a president.
So, here's what I think. I think you get rid of the president. You get rid of everything. Mm-hmm. And you revamp it more like we'll use a sports metaphor. Right? Sorry, Jules. I just assume every time if it's about sports. You told me.
I get glazed over. It's fine.
You told me to assume that you had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah, continue.
So I do. Okay. So you have what 50? We'll say 51 states because like Puerto Rico and stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. So 51 states. So we have 51 teams, and each team it's one big team, right? But that's broken down. So think about whenever you go to state for basketball. Mm-hmm. You have your Final Four and then Final 8 and Final 16 and all that stuff gets broken down. So say that each town has a mayor, but nothing's corrupt. You have small groups and then they just, but it's, I don't know how to explain it, man.
You're explaining the basis of a democratic country.
And you say, this is what we're voting for. So your idea of break it all down. You're not hiding shit and shit. You're literally just voting, hey.
Yeah, each state would have
she's pregnant. Can I rip her baby out and kill it or not?
Yeah. And everybody's got to vote.
Yeah, and you vote, yes. You have the right to do that? No, you don't have the right to do that. And that's all you're voting on. And
on
that's
each
what it is.
person's case? Are you saying that?
No. That's how you're going to vote for the law. That's the law you're voting for. It's not Proposition A, is this.
Yeah. It takes out all the pork.
Yeah, get rid of all the bullshit.
Get rid of all the
you're voting for what you're voting for, and that's what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm, and you keep it like that. And then whenever you do vote, your laws are made, and the people in the towns have made these laws. And then the people in the counties, which include all the towns around you, make laws together. So you still do the same thing that we're doing now, but you don't have any corruption. And you just vote straight. But you break it down. You don't have these large towns. Because you do have a purge. And you get to have more...
No. There's federal laws that have to be in place when it comes to import-export laws with other countries, trade laws with other countries, where all these things like that, the people can be a part of. There'll be a lot of big majority of people that don't understand it, but there'll be a lot that do, that are still going to call this shit out. We have the ability to call it out and put it on blast is what I mean today. Yes, it can all be, but all the information can be available. and it can. If we're gonna have fair in elections and all that, it all needs to be put in the power of the people's hands. Is all I mean. Is like the yes, abortion law. Boom is yes or no, and then okay, yes. This is the age. What age do we want to vote on? And then the people all wake up and they boom. That's they decide on that, and it's all it is. It's just a questionnaire you get every morning, like 5 or 6 of them.
The same shit you do every day.
Every day. The politicians don't work that hard. They're not doing that much. How many days and vacations do they take all the time? And then we watch them on TV right now. They just.
I want to go on vacation.
I've never had one. I mean, one time when I was 16, but that's because a weird thing happened. I quit a softball team and we put down a really big deposit, so went on a vacation. But like as an adult, I've never had a vacation ever.
That's sad. We're gonna have to do a
Don't
vacation.
say it's sad. Don't make me feel like shit.
Oh, not like that.
Well, you're getting there now. You're in a really good place.
Yeah, man.
You got good people around you.
If I don't mind saying so himself,
I wish I could find a fucking employer like you guys got. I've always wished like I could find a loyal, not me, but I say I'm loyal, but I'm kind of emotional too. So, like at work, I know I.
Well, I'm not emotional at work. I'm a totally different person.
Yeah, no, I just mean like me. You guys having such a great employer and everything. There's things that I would be like, I'm out of here. Even with Jen, even at that job, I'd be like, she'd be so great. Yeah, but I'm out. Like there'd be somebody that pissed me off bad enough to be like, fuck this, fuck these snot nose. Yeah, no, I'm out. And that's.
I've never been pushed to that point.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys realize.
Remember the time I got screamed at?
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah,
it's
I heard that story.
What's gonna happen? Nothing. Who gives a shit? Let's move on. Whatever.
Are you done throwing your fit? Cool. Now, what can I help you with? The patience I have at work is extraordinary. It is. I don't know, but like in my real life, fuck that. It's thin as fuck.
Okay, here's a good question for you. For you, Jules. You pretty much know like payroll and like ordering stuff and the prices on for you if you're gonna make profits and what the profits should be and stuff. You've helped out with that. You understand that stuff at your place, right? Mm-hmm. How bad is this $15 an hour that Biden's going to bring in going to affect the company you're working for now that you're going to have to pay all the employees $15 an hour?
That makes me feel really uncomfortable.
So what if we don't talk about our employer, but we can talk about small businesses in general?
I'm just using that as an example so she understands what I'm...
No,
Is that going to hurt you guys as far as your profit margin? Is it going to eat it all up? It would?
Yes.
But do you believe in a 15...
even with the small...
How could you think it wouldn't?
Exactly.
How is it not going to hurt anyone?
Especially in a service industry.
I definitely agree. It's going to hurt the small businesses. I see that, and I know that because small businesses are like restaurants and all these other things. They are such a small margin for profit there already. The ones that do survive, they're few and far. And the corporations, it's only the corporations that have these fucking stock charts that are just fucking record-breaking numbers every year.
Yeah.
Every year for like 14 years straight. But since the minimum wage has been implemented, we haven't seen the same thing. And it's like small businesses go where the average income, same thing. Average income in households, you can kind of track them as the same. But when you get into the corporate industry and these job creators, it's not they're just keep going up. Their profit and everything and the production. That's the other thing nobody realizes, how much production you're getting out of it because of new technology and factories and stuff like that. So they are making a shit ton of money. Like everything we're ordering from, all the products that you order to run your company, your small business, they're making a shit ton. Because they're just got their manufacturing's been shipped off to China through these robots that have the manufacturing to do it. It's gotten really cheap. So their profits are just up there.
We go straight to the source.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And
we get order from a lot of raw vendors, so we don't really have to worry about the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. And that's so I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna hurt us. Because these girls don't know how to mop. We hire at 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And when I started there in 2010, I started at $8 an hour, and that was awesome.
In 2010?
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't
was
making $8 an hour in 2010.
Awesome.
I was making...
Dude, when I started working in 2004, I was making
$7.75 or some shit.
$6 an hour in 2004. And in 2004,
maybe I was making
that was over minimum wage.
My first job, I started out at $7.50.
That's fucking rad.
Serving trays in a kitchen. It was 2000. I guess I had to be 18 to work there. So it was 2018. I started working there in the wintertime.
2008.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yep.
You said
Fuck,
18.
I'm old, bro.
Yeah, dude. I told the kid that I was a dinosaur today.
I heard you and I was proud, but then I was like, oh, it hurts a little whenever you say it at first.
Mom lost it though.
Moms love that shit when you call yourself a dinosaur and they're like,
I'm practically a dinosaur and I'm 31.
Yeah. I say it all the time.
My first job was Six Flags, and it was when I was 15. My mom got me a work permit for my birthday. That's what I asked for. I was like, just let me get a work permit and go to work with Antonio at Six Flags, because he had already got the job because they came to the school and he had caught the job fair. And I missed it, I guess.
Of course, Antonio did.
And so we got the job there, and it was like $5.10 an hour. And then when I turned 16 that summer, they gave me like a 10-cent whole raise to $5.20 an hour.
Sounds like Top Care.
And I got my white name tag. It wasn't yellow no more.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I started at the hospital 2007 because I was 17, and you were able to pass trace. And then once I turned 18, that's when I was able to work on the line. And then that's whenever I got paid more money. I can't believe I never made anything less than
Dude, you know what's crazy?
No, the hospital when I worked there it wasn't, but now Mercy took over everything.
This is gonna show our age, and we're all in like the same 6 months.
We're old,
but like literally they are 21 and up now to buy cigs. Like
it's been that way for a minute.
Yeah, it's so crazy because like thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I could just have my friend who's 18 go get them for me, no big deal. And
wait, you smoked before you were 18?
Yeah.
Gross.
Fuck off.
I smoked for a 6 month period, like one time, and then I dipped for a really long time, and no.
See, I'm just catching up with you now since you've quit, because I didn't start until I was like 21.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I was like 20.
Bullshit.
No, really, I really
you
did.
Always talk about bullshit.
I dipped. I did pouches for a while. I did cigars. My granddad got me actually smoking, believe it or not. He used to buy me cigars for my birthday, real nice ones. So that's what got me started. I smoked some cigarettes here and there, but it wasn't like something I was good at. You can ask Megan.
I don't miss cigarettes whatsoever.
She'll tell you. It looked like I was hurting you.
Your parents smoke cigarettes. I know you started smoking cigarettes today.
I didn't start smoking before I was 18. I was in sports.
Secrets out.
Through college.
Secrets out.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Out the bag.
It's just like because she was the felon when we met. She was like
I'm
worried
not
about
felon. That's not. No, it never. I never was a felon.
Yeah, but you were in my eyes because of where I grew up.
Your eyes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit to talk. A lot of room you have.
Well, in my eyes, because it's a felony charge. It's like the worst felony charge you can get in Carolina and Virginia. Your first offense is a 30-day charge in jail.
What?
Drinking and driving.
It's not a felony out here. I'm good.
This is Missouri. Know where you're at.
They're just like, how much?
Dude,
you're not going to do it again?
Brian I used to hang out with had like 4.
Yeah, there's people.
I've heard a couple people have like two or three.
Yeah, that guy, Steve guy I worked with, he had to drive around and he like every so many miles he had to blow into the.
I've had like
you'd see him
3
driving
friends
down.
on house arrest because of.
I know someone who had a van that wouldn't start until they blew into it.
Yeah. Carolina, you get a DUI, you do 30 days. Your second time's like 10 years. Your third time, they can hit you with turn it to habitual, and 25 years.
How fucking badass was I? Fucking drinking hella beer the night we met, cutting my thumb open, and then being fucking rad as shit.
I thought you was like, how badass was I? I didn't kill nobody. I was drunk and driving.
No, but guess what? You thought I was so cool, whether you thought I was a felon or not.
Oh yeah, you were definitely punk rock, but you were trying to comb out my dreads with vegetable oil.
Well,
This is the first night we meet.
I know.
I was hitting on her best friend's mom first.
dude.
Listen, I know the story. I've heard it multiple times. Who do you think my best friend is? Who do you think she's married to? I know about this.
Forever.
You don't even know.
Cause we're brothers and sisters. Give me a high five. No, anyways. So, you ladies both got off tomorrow?
No, man. I work half days on Sunday.
Is that like
Thankfully.
night shift?
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
You see this? This is the politics, the back end of the house where the politics go down.
Oh, no. I
in the
fought for it.
company.
We all work all weekend, so.
I'll give you a
fought for
couple
my half day.
joints. I'll supply you a joint a week if you give me half days on something.
Listen, I don't know how your math works, but
I'm
it's not adding up right.
He's like, it's right.
There's no politics.
I'll pick you up every day and I'll roll a joint every day. That
No.
I'm just saying that's how they work. That's like it, and they'll be like, just put it
We
into
enjoy-
legislation in like the 3,000th page, and no one will see it. That's like our spending bill. Like it's like $100 billion is going for like gender studies in Pakistan.
What? I feel like we switched gears. Really
No,
hard
I'm just
right
saying
there.
that's like
What are
how
we
it,
talking
it goes, how it translates. Like that little thing could happen in places like that. You know how easily, do you see how easily that could happen in a store or a friendship at a restaurant or something that works together, the, you know, management position and how they could benefit themselves that way. That's all
yeah.
politics is. That's the same thing. We're just seeing it on a bigger, larger scale. Like, and much better drugs. Just think of the drugs they have.
Who? The politicians?
Yeah.
Fuck their drugs. I'm happy with what I got. It gets me where I need to be, and I can afford it. So fuck them, man.
And you can grow it.
Yeah, you can. I'm glad
I
when the
can't.
laws get much, much better
I
out
read.
here. Once the laws get better, you'll be able to. I'll be like California. Just look at how, like, you can see it's already been, history's been made. Like weed isn't even on the table anymore for not getting legalized federally, just because Oregon's already started with all drugs. Colorado's like, fuck it, mushrooms is on the list too, baby.
Have you noticed how many people have been? I mean, I know that you were driving kind of far for work. I think you take roughly about the same route that we take for work. Have you noticed a lot of Colorado plates? Have you noticed that?
No.
So
I've
pay
never
attention to
paid
that.
attention.
There's a lot of people coming from Colorado, and
She's calling us shit out. She's like, if I was a cop.
no,
No,
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about there's a lot of people that are moving from Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
I found out that there's some people that have moved here from Colorado, specifically being like, yeah, there was a lot of people that just rushed there, and now there's
it was impossible for me to get a job. Look, I filled out
it's crazy.
hundreds of applications, and everybody I talked to and emailed back and forth with, they're like, do you have any? We're requiring 5 years of experience with this system and this, and this.
Yeah, because there's
And
just
it's
so
like,
many people.
I
there
just
now.
told you I live in Missouri, and like I made it very clear I had profiles and I had samples of stuff that I could present that I was good at, you know, and they wanted nothing to do with, like, yeah, corporate came out and took it over. Yeah, that's why it's the legalization of weed. Like, I'm not buying a card. I'm not doing I'm still going to supply my weed, man. It's one of those things. It's like, fuck y'all. You're not having it. You're not taking it from me until it's like it is in Seattle, to where it's everywhere, and there's multiple small little pot shops, and every single one's got something different. Like,
That's what you were saying the other day, that literally there's like one every couple feet.
Yeah, like, okay, listen. I don't know the exact thing here. I'll say that before I tell you this. But, you had to have heard this because I know who you listen to and watch and follow and all that stuff. They were talking about how, like, there's a dispensary, like, per square mile or per something that's really, really close together. And if you take, like, all the schools and then all of the grocery stores and combine them, there's more dispensaries than grocery stores and the schools combined. And they're like, that just tells you what's more important in life. Which, being someone who uses it as medicine myself, I understand why, yeah, weed is on the same list as groceries.
Yeah, but
I get that. But, like, that's crazy. And that's why all these people are flocking out of Colorado.
Yeah, well, that's because and that's, yes. But if you look at the underlying thing of that is once it does fully become legal, you're going to see a lot of that breakdown, because a lot of the money that these other places are seeing is strictly because of cannabis tourism, traffic. So once it's more available everywhere in their states, you're going to start seeing these. You're going to see a typical capitalistic system. You'll see the smaller guy eat you'll see the big guy eat the smaller guy, and then the bigger guy eat that big guy. And it's just that's how it goes. It's like, and we'll have, the people have blueprints and business plans already for a huge warehouse, like pot shops, like everything you need to grow weed, all the for a Home Depot for weed, you could like invest into your own store and everything, and basically has all the grow system stuff that you need and everything like that, and like ready to go. But as soon as it passes, it passed on the state floor, the Senate floor. Congress passed it last year, but I think the states shut it down. I'm not sure. I think Trump would have did a lot better, had a better chance if he would have just legalized it. He would have put that on the table.
Yeah, if he would have put that out there, dude.
Shit.
If Trump would have been like, vote for me, weed's legal everywhere. Where? Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
I would have been in that bitch like.
I would have.
I would have been up in that bitch like.
Yep.
Listen, we don't have to talk about politics.
Republicans, baby.
We don't need to talk about politics here.
Let's go, Trump. Get in the car. Let's go. Let them get me on camera.
I have to really think about some stuff. I will say that a lot of things would have to be thought about. But
yeah, like I said, I think technology could take it over. It's never going to happen. And people in power never give it up. That's why it's so important about the things that we as people throw a fit about when they take our small, like the Patriotic Act, when they did that, allowing just them free for all. They could get in, they can watch us through our webcams on our computers at any point in time that they want. And like right now, they could be watching us through that iPad. They can activate your phone, any computer.
Google's always
Ew,
listening.
did you toot?
No.
Did you toot?
No.
Oh my.
I think it's the dog.
Do you smell that?
No, you're the only one, so I think it's a buddy.
See, that's my COVID taste. I was
there
my
it is.
test
There
there.
it is.
When I got
It's
a COVID
coming
test,
in hot,
I was like,
man.
my dog's been ripping ass, and I smell it every
coming
time.
in hot. Wait, listen. I can do this.
Good job.
I wear a mask
buds.
all day. Fuck this. I'm fine. It's just like
I
work.
should have brought my mask.
Look at him
down.
waving that tail like, whoo,
It's
that was
just
hot.
like work.
Dude, did you get a whiff? That was terrible.
No.
That's bullshit that you didn't.
Don't wave it over here.
Fuck you. Get your some. It's hot.
You guys are like the most sexiest women right now on
Fuck
TV.
yeah, we are. Fuck yeah, we are, man.
That is funny.
That's gross.
Whoa, that's got some.
Yeah, get you
You
some.
guys got a bite.
Open your
Yeah,
mouth.
come
Open
on.
your mouth.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You guys.
Whoo, she gone.
It wasn't us.
She gone. Whoo. Yeah, man. I know you got that. Hit it. It's a. I can't even make a joke right now. I wanted to say something was shot, and all I could think was that Scott. It fucking worked. The hair
We
Scott.
got a snort.
It's just funny. I don't like that air on the fucking board. It's so embarrassing, but so little that
I can't believe I was saying it wrong for almost a whole year. And it was like that moment in the
I
movies
told you.
where the guy has a flashback and it's like dum dum dum. Oh fuck, man!
Say what's up, buddy.
And you know that like you've
literally
messed
this
up.
whole time you've been
It's not
saying
that big of a
This
deal,
is
but
wrong way.
this is the buds. He's my
my
buddy.
boss.
Do you always got me crying and
All
laugh?
right. Man. And yeah, they hear you clicking clacking.
Hey, can I have a sip of your water?
Yeah. So, politics. We're done with that.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
You taking that vaccine?
Dude, Did someone die from
It's
that?
like, God damn, dude. Can we just talk about something that's not going to cancel me?
I almost passed it to you, but you don't.
What? We're not in the car. Fuck.
Hey.
Hey.
Babe, I got new jewelry boxes today.
Yeah, so
Hey.
let's talk about this, right? This is
we can tell them about when we were at
what is your
Coffee Cardinals.
Can I interview
talking
you
about this?
about your business? Your guys' business?
Do it.
Oh, yeah. You can
Is
talk
that
about it.
if it's not, it's cool.
No, do you have a...
I mean, what is your business name? What do you guys have? What do you do?
It's Kirsten's podcast.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Kirsten's
Take the
basement.
wheel. Take the wheel.
No, man.
No,
I
it's
mean,
cool.
This is your
It's
show.
cool. I'm cool with it.
I just say
I'll even
promote
break it up
yourself.
and we're going to start a Kirsten's podcast.
Dude,
No,
Don't make me feel weird right now.
Don't make me feel weird, but let's do this shit.
I'm just trying to say.
Just roll with it. No, seriously.
All right.
Seriously.
So what is
Go with it.
what's
No
your
one's-
business?
Go
What do you
ahead,
guys
Jules. This is
do?
Jules'
Where
thing.
are you at? Where can I find it? Tell me some stuff here. So
Etsy,
okay,
Facebook,
okay.
my house.
A lot of you guys, yeah. So you know, okay,
So, curbside pickup.
yeah, right. Meeting all the needs.
Yep, for sure.
So what? Okay, so we're on
woodwork.
Etsy. What's your business
woodwork.
name?
We got some Simply Williford.
Simply Williford.
If
Yeah.
Nate was over here, he'd say Simply Williford.
Simply Williford.
Simply Williford.
Okay.
We offer different things such as. Oh, we'll show
What-
you the camera.
What is this?
But go ahead. So my husband's a carpenter, and
So you guys make this stuff?
Lay down.
Yes. No, we make the floating shelves. We make
These are really dope, by the way. You just.
hanging.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, Mike.
Oh.
And they just hang because they float.
Exactly. Float.
I've watched a lot
So
of
the hardware is
daytime
provided with
TV,
that.
so.
And then we have lots of jewelry boxes or just hideaway boxes for any kind of needs.
I have a jewelry box. It's pretty cool myself.
It's pretty cool
It was
yourself.
it.
If you say so yourself.
If I say so myself, yes. I like it. I got it as a birthday gift. Thank you.
Yeah, go
Simply Wilford. I enjoyed it.
Williford.
Williford. I'm sorry.
Okay, Nate.
I'm just really high. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh. This is
What's this?
This holds vinyl. Do you have a vinyl right down here?
Can
But
I
we
see it?
also have
Oh.
Oh, you can still talk.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
This way?
So
Or the other way?
The whole side is going to be
Oh,
the side that's against
It's the
the
wrong
wall.
wrong way. Excuse me. Sorry.
The wall.
So like
Like
this,
that.
here's your wall. And then you
so that
check
way it
out my
displays
fucking
it.
rockin' records. Boom boom. Oh, I'm the wall. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Did I do it right? Did I?
Exactly. Your mic's not on, babe.
Yeah, there will be a wall that basically
Oh,
holds
okay.
it
I
up.
understand.
And then I make there's other ones that are actually wooden holders, like custom, like they'll hold multiple. It's like a stand and everything. And
Those are really cool.
what else? You got
What
the
else do you
dream
have?
catchers.
We got dream catchers. I
Big,
got
very
wall
big one, like
hanging.
wall tapestry style.
They're my favorite. And then sometimes we do macrame stuff, like the cinnamon stick ones.
Those were really cool. Those were really cool.
And
You have some earrings and stuff.
oh yeah, I got those butterfly earrings.
Earrings, yeah.
Those ones are lightweight and super. Oh, and those earrings I wore to the wedding.
Yes.
Super cute. Those are cool.
What else? Oh, the couch.
Couch armrest.
We were just talking about it.
Armrest table.
Yes, I have one at my house. Thank you
Oh,
for that. I use it every
With the
day. I
couch.
love it.
Nice.
Yes, with my new lovely couch.
I wish I
Again,
could
thank
show
you.
this thing that I built that's like it's the dad thing. The
Oh, there's a picture of it on your page. I stalk a
The
little
dad
bit.
thing?
My bad.
yeah.
The Father's Day thing that holds like the wallet and
Oh,
I
the
got
phone
that same thing,
and
but I
the
set
your
it
little
up.
charger thing.
I set it up to hold all the podcasts, all my podcasting audio interface, and like the USB hub and all the wires and the microphone splitter, everything that goes along into the audio interface. It's all mounted onto something just like that, just a little piece of wood that like holds all the wires, and the audio interface is mounted up at me so I can adjust it as I need to. It's just.
So you do like custom stuff?
Oh yeah, you can contact us, and
I mean, I
if
know
you have an
you.
idea, or the best thing is if you have a picture that's something you want and it's wooden and nails, just send
They
us a
said
picture of it, and
Or
I
like
got
your
you.
angel that I made.
The macrame angel for my grandmother for Christmas.
And then the jewelry boxes are custom too.
Yeah. You guys have a lot of stuff on there. A lot of different stuff. A lot of personal. A lot of.
How much? Yeah,
This
how
is a
many?
great idea. Let's try this. Hey, people like it kind of stuff. A lot of
jewelry boxes
ingenious.
have really hit off.
Yeah.
Hit the last month and a half. That
I've got logs out there. Like I got big natural logs. I'm sure you've seen out there on the side of the driveway that have.
Love that kind of stuff.
I'm just letting them age and season, and eventually I'm gonna cut them into big pieces, like thin round wheels, basically. And I'll like shave out some to where it like holds change, and then I'll build it with another natural piece of lumber, and it'd just be a cool little like jewelry holder and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's out of
That's really
natural
cool.
wood, and like just candle holders out of natural wood.
I've seen some people post on crafted pages cigar holders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have those made out of wood. It's just like little divots.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I was also thinking of doing clocks, ordering a bunch of those the everything you need for the clock.
They have that at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Then
Oh,
like
yeah,
actually
it's
building
amazing.
it out of
So-
those natural wood pieces, and there's a lot of more stuff. Are we up to like 60 listings or something? How many?
You guys have a lot of stuff. I know you've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, I can't think. I know you said we had hit some kind of mark that we were at.
My phone's on airplane mode.
You can turn it off. You have permission.
I think it was the.
So how's Dell?
Fucking Dell.
Fucking Dell.
He's good.
How's he enjoying the job? He's been there for a little while now, right? A couple months.
Yeah, he's been there about 3 months or so.
Really enjoying it.
Doing really good.
Awesome.
He really likes
items.
it.
Sorry, 61 items.
69, my favorite one.
61.
61. Do you hear how she said that?
61.
Wet,
like-
nice 61.
Oh God! Don't be one. Don't be one. of those
So,
people.
one of these jewelry boxes is in 4 people's carts, and then man,
So you guys are
my
popping,
stuff
man.
is freaking cute. Let me just say, like,
It's really cute. If you guys haven't gone, you should go check it out.
Yeah, what's really great
It's worth
about
even just a look.
what's really great about
kinds of
this is
different stuff.
it's definitely all naturally organically grown followers, and it's not like we haven't paid anybody to do like some gnarly SEO on all of our listings. Like we haven't had paid somebody to go on YouTube and make sure we are ranked on the Etsy page as #1. Which all these things I think some people do, but we wanted to make sure that we had the stuff and we had a system, because I think we jumped in like we always do head first, and we started getting
Yeah, that was
orders, and it
amazing.
was like, that would be a lot easier if we said it was like this, because I was making stuff left and right, just got into like a real creative thing. So, and then I realized I was like, I had also just gotten a new saw, so I was like, I can cut that. I was
Real
like, well,
excited.
it takes time, and you want to be able, when you start getting them more, you start realizing, because those shelves were selling, I was getting like, we had like 1 week like 5 or 6 of them ordered, and it's like shit. So I figured out a system to do that, like instead of building these small
because
ones.
people are liking to buy multiples.
Yeah, instead of just just building them one at a time, I bought the same 2 pieces of wood at 8 feet piece, the 8 foot long piece, built it all as one, and I set my table saw at the length that they order them, so they can order at whatever measurement, and I just
Smarter,
go in
not
there,
harder.
set the measurement.
Ooh, motto to live by.
Yeah, and it made it quick. So that's kind of the thinking we're in now. That's why every item you want to be able to do that. I think that's the most important thing with having an Etsy shop, and something you provide those products, like handmade products, because you gotta hand make them, but you want to be able to do it at a reasonable pace so you can keep up with the orders, and also your life outside of that with work and
Yeah, it's hard. It's
comedy
working full-time jobs and then working a part-time job and then working another part-time job to have your personal life. It's
But
it's tough.
when you see the money start hitting, and you're like, oh wow,
Yeah, man.
it definitely makes a good day better or a bad day better. Like when you look at your phone or you hear that ching.
Dude,
When you see your
whoever
reward from your
set
work
that
is great.
up-
It's amazing. It does something to you,
It definitely
like
has
your
to do it.
endorphins. When you hear that sound,
Yes.
and you instantly are
That used to
like,
be my old
money.
text alert when
But
I was a
did
drug
you
dealer.
get it the other day? And,
Right?
like, it
Fucking
just-
get money. Amazing.
But it's even better because it's not just a text message. It's actually money in my pocket.
Yeah, it's
And it's
Right.
even
Like,
better for the things I've
right in.
already made and already, completed. Because it's like, it's just profit from here.
Yeah. And it's gonna get much better. Like we'll have much more once we get because I've been looking for a computer. Once we get a computer, I can actually go to these websites like desktop version to where you can like customize your page completely and set it up to where it's much more psychologically appealing to grab, and like there's all different kinds of things that get you put up front on the rankings. And once I can sit down and actually get on a computer and learn that to more, it's really hard to do on your phone. When you go into that desktop version on your phone, you can't see anything. You're trying to do all that. And it's just, once we get a computer, I'll be able to set up the like Instagram and link all the accounts together. You have Pinterest, right? That you've got.
Yeah, I constantly add links on
Yeah, and we once we get it all linked together, it's just
because the Pinterest is linked with the Etsy, so it's not just a picture of it; it's the whole.
Yeah, I just
thing.
gotta sit down and figure out how to do that. I tried to, but it got real confusing real quick for me because I'm not that great at it, and I'm still taking on all this. Like I've got
I think the hardest part is our internet.
Yeah, that's the biggest part. Like right now, I think I'm on an episode. This is like 11 or 12, which is a big deal because if you, compared to the amount of time we do on a podcast, like if you look at the other people that only do 15-minute ones, they have 10 episodes out at the same length, but they don't have near as much content to edit and everything. They only have 10, 15 minutes to edit. I'm doing 3-hour podcasts. When granted, I'm not listening to the whole thing over and over to edit it. I'm like just skimming through and everything.
It's hard work.
Yeah, and phones only have so much space to like. You have a 3-hour long podcast and it takes up 35 gigabytes of data. You got to go find a good app that's going to compress it and not corrupt the file because you don't want to
I'm
lose
glad
it.
I kept that phone good.
Yeah, that's good. I have to set the quality.
just a 6.
It would be great
6S.
if it had a larger, like if it was like a bigger hard drive to hold.
Yeah.
I could set it at 1080p, 60 frames per second, which gets you on a much better search results. No, you can't like plug in an external. You can unplug in an external and take anything that's on there and put it on the external, but you can't have it working at the same time. Like you can't be recording it straight to an external SD card.
I understand.
So if it could, that'd be awesome. That's the one thing.
That's too easy. They can't do that, but they know everything about aliens.
Yeah, because the phone would have already be.
Fuck you.
They can.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell anybody.
They're trying to make our lives harder, and it's like, come on, just help a motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Like it's not 1950. No one cares.
Yeah,
You talk
but once
about
they get the
aliens, we
computer-
get $600. Sorry.
No, well, go ahead. Well, I like that. Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Listen,
Yeah.
if there's aliens, cool. Lit up. Join on in. Let's go. We're talking about you. Please enlighten us.
What?
Like that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
If-
No, I just want some alien pussy. I hear it's out of this world.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on, that
Mine's
was a
not
good
out of
one.
this world enough for you?
It is. It's like.
Mom, don't listen.
Yeah, we'll stop on that.
Don't talk about that.
Your mom would be like, Jules, you were smoking weed on
No,
the
rocket chips.
rocket chips. Yeah, Will O'Donnell,
rocket
amazing
chips,
comedian. He was on here and he talks about smoking and everything. And I offered him some, and he's like, no, not on camera. I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized I've got to be careful about who I get. I realized last night I got to be careful about who I get blasted. I made a dude fall asleep last night. He was sitting where you're sitting, and he just fell asleep. And he came out of
Now
it.
you're making us look bad.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, you're
I'm
married
over
to
here
a
shoving
dreadhead.
dubs at you.
You're
I'm
married.
like, here, wanna?
Will you please spark it?
Like,
Oh my
your
gosh,
turn.
when I was at the head shop, did you hear that lady's like, oh, you can use this for blah, 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 weed. And
Where?
when I was looking at the pipes.
Now that it's legal, it shouldn't be a
No,
problem.
No, but listen. So,
No. Thank you. I'm sorry.
I
Go.
answered that 3 times.
Talk. Okay, the lady was like, yo, you can hide.
She said something weed.
She added saying
so
that you can hide your weed in
She
there.
literally said the word weed.
Okay.
And so
You can't say that
you
in the
still
shop.
can't. Yeah, you still can't.
That's not
do that.
okay. It's still no.
And so he was like, so I have to ask you, because you mentioned how you're planning on using the pipe, I can't sell you anything until you answer this question. And you don't have to show me any identification or anything like that, but do you have a medical card? And they're like, what? And like drug it out. I'm like, oh my god, he's giving a fucking free pass in like 2 seconds. And it was just like,
A stoner kid at a head shop is trying to
like,
make it the easiest passes he can give you.
Couple is
Like no one wants to have to deal with this, man. Just don't say shit. If you don't know what word to use, just say, listen, I need help. They're real smart. They understand what that thing and
like,
this thing
damn,
here.
dude.
Can you help me? I need smoke to come out of it. Oh yeah, I can help you. They understand things. They help you out.
I used to hang out at this head shop on the beach called AC's House of Glass because this girl worked there that she was cute and that's how she got the job.
How old were you? How old were you?
I was like 18 or 19.
Okay, so this has been a minute.
Oh yeah. Like I was like the head shop was like right like 2 streets down from my little beach cottage me and my buddies were renting rooms out of. So I'd go there and I'd hang out with her and basically do all the selling, like people, because she didn't know really about any of it. And
Just hang out in there, talk it up.
Yeah. Well, there would be every now and again. I remember this one specific time, this old couple, I mean, white hair, they're like all cute on vacation coming in, and it's called AC's House of Glass. They go in there and they're like, so where's the glass? And we're like back there, and there's all these beads, you know, because it's like a head shop, and that's what's blocking off the glass. Because in Carolina, you can't be seen by the public. You have to go to the back room and look at it.
Yeah, you have to be like that here too.
They go in there and they get as soon as those beads and they get in past the beads, they're like, "Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Come on, honey."
This shit. One time, went on vacation with Kim and her parents. We walked into the store that was similar to how Spencer's was set up. So it was so funny.
So like the further you get back, the worse it gets?
Literally, and we were 13 and 14 years old. And Kim's parents are so uncomfortable already.
Yeah, because they're super...
Oh, you told me about this. I remember.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
They're really, really religious and uptight.
It was hard to get used to that at first. Like, you had to be comfortable with saying the word, like, dildo and sex, and they taught you how to say other words, but you learned really quickly, like, these people either know or they don't. And
you know something else is the family members. If you have kids that if you work there as a mother, the family has to get used to you talking about selling dildos to customers and your sales tactics. Yeah, because my mom worked at Dr. John's, and she would be, and you know, she'd have a great day with sales, and she want to talk about it. You know, she made big tips, like you're gonna talk about it. So she's gonna be like, yeah, I sold the super gorilla dick today. It's like, what? You sold that fucking $600 10-pounder, baby? Yeah. So, and then you got to hear about your mom's approach on selling this dildo to this man.
That's tough.
And him asking if there was a strap on that would hold it.
Are you making stuff up?
Yes, I'm making stuff up, but it's so...
Do you believe it?
But it's an example.
Shut up!
I'm high, so I was just watching him. Shut up. But you know what I did. You know what I did, man.
This is what I live with.
All right, man.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
I'm fantastic.
So, I'm flossy. Wasn't that what y'all used to say back in the day? Flossy.
Flossy?
Yeah.
Do you know they call it fairy floss instead of cotton candy in the UK? It's so cute.
They call cotton candy fairy floss in the UK. Fun fact. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I think she said that to me a couple times.
Okay.
Times.
Have you seen the show on Netflix called The History of Cuss Words? Yet?
Not yet.
Oh
I
my
gotta wait
God.
till the day off.
I went to watch that the other day, and it looked like somebody had already watched all of the episodes.
Yeah, I told you I watched it.
Boo.
Well, dude, I told you I'd watched it. The next day I was laying there and I just let it play.
Not yet.
And like, what I love about it is the black
Don't
chick
ruin it for
from
me.
England. No, it's a black comedian chick from England. She's just
Okay.
talking about how Americans differ from like people in the UK and in Europe. Like they're like cunt. I think they used the word cunt was one of the cuss words, and they're like, oh yeah, that one in America. She's like that. That'll ruin a motherfucker's day. But in UK, we're like, yeah, fucking bloody cunt. How you been, buddy?
I guess it would be the same as how we use bitch.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, bitch can be used derogatory. You can be like, yeah, man, it's my bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you can use it many different ways.
Yeah, but it's
What has to do?
sexism
I don't know.
all day long. That's sexist.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad.
Oh, does that matter?
No, because
Alright,
you're a
okay.
woman. But I'm a cis white male, I guess is what they call
Oh,
me.
I'm allowed to say it? Use my privilege, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, last night's podcast, Nicole Gorey brought up that she doesn't think white people should have dreads
Why?
Why would she bring that up?
because she thinks it's appropriating people's culture.
That's
And I
weird.
said, well, what culture? From what time frame? Because at one point, culture is there wasn't combs and everybody had dreads because it was a self-defense mechanism to
You
protect.
had one big head dread.
It was a
Some
one
people
big-
have that,
It's just
though.
a big tube.
yeah,
Some people,
like the dude from
alien.
Steel Pulse.
Fluffy
Like,
tube.
literally alien, like, the
Yeah,
action
it's like
figure.
a little tube flopping off the back.
That's
of your
ridiculous.
head.
But she was like that, and then I was like, well, if you look at the culture that I'm from, she's like, yeah, but there's not many. At first, she said,
What's your
you get a
culture?
better job than a black guy. Black guy's not accepted with dreads, but I was like, a black guy's much easier to get hired
absolutely.
with dreads than white people because they see me and they automatically think I'm a
that'd be
junkie
exactly
heroin
the same
addict.
in our place of work.
Yes, it's a fine for there's like all kinds of black guys have dreads, and she's like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, but also where I'm from, I'm a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. I was like, I'm nothing special where I'm from. Where my culture is on the beach, there's a ton of little surfer dreadhead hippies.
Yeah.
Every other dude down there.
I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it. You
Yeah.
you used to live at the beach too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see it in pictures
everywhere.
whenever I have to Google certain things
Yeah.
for work. I see them.
Yeah, so
They're
that's
a
like,
part of some of
I
the
was
stuff
like,
that I have to
and
look up for
that's
work.
my culture, right? And I was like, and then I grew up in a black family. I was the pinkest one of us all. Like, and
What was her culture? Do you
she's
remember?
just a white chick, a middle-aged.
It wasn't like anything specific.
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
No, she's.
So just was it like in general? She just felt offended.
Well, yeah, I had her on because we
I'm
and
just
her
trying
have
to
had a
understand her
few.
side as
But
well.
the history is, I had her on because me and her have had a few words in the past, like on Facebook. Like one time, she had a post about this lady that her teenage daughter wanted dreads and started doing dreads, and she had a
Okay.
picture of her daughter starting her dreads, and she's like, "Haha! At least I don't have to brush her hair anymore." And they were talking mad shit on this lady,
Okay.
and then they talked about buddy, lay down. Talked about calling DFS and she should have the cops called her on her and everything for neglect and all this other stuff, and how that was the only thing that really rubbed me wrong. Like, I don't care about the white people don't look good with dreads comment. I don't care about they're dirty. I've never met a clean dreadhead. None of that. Like, so that was and then like a couple weeks ago on Facebook, the Funny Bone page, me and her she had butted in when me and the Funny Bone guy was talking, because I was called by Gary Becker and was told that I wasn't allowed to perform there because I had performed at other places and they were kind of boycotting the comedians that kept performing when they shut down, or some shit like that, real early in the morning, and I was all sobered up and shit, and I was like, oh really? So I have me being a dumbass, because I am a dumbass. I've always admitted that. I don't mind admitting that. I just was like, so if I didn't get put on the list to perform, do you mind if I come and at least come to the show and as an audience and support? And I didn't get an answer or nothing. And somebody else was like, yeah, I'm sure that wouldn't be a big deal, man. I was like, yeah, that would be crazy if they would like require somebody to get a test just to come there and support them and spend their money there. Like that would be crazy. And then some things got said, not like anything particular that, and they finally responded with like finally seeing where I was hinting to. Like that's how I was getting to the point. Like, yo, what the fuck? You could contact us. You could say, hey man, I can't put you on the list. I've seen you signed up the past couple of weeks. I can't really put you on the list because supposedly you're out and somebody had tested positive or something, and at a show you may have been at or something like that. And it's like, okay, first of all, how am I supposed to know this guy or whatever has had COVID? I don't sit there and follow Facebook every post or anything like that. And second of all, why wouldn't you just contact the dude and be like, you need to get a test because such and such, I seen you signed up and we just want to cover our asses. They don't say nothing, just basically have you waste your time. It's kind of like how they started their sign up before COVID. You'd have to drive there, all the way there, wait around a bunch of times, sign up, and then you not even get picked. And there was a highly likely chance you didn't get picked for 4 weeks because that was the rule. If you signed up 4 weeks in a row, you'd get put on the 5th week or whatever. And it happened a lot. Like I didn't get put on in a funny bone until like I had to actually finally was like, fuck it. It was like the 8th week I had gone up there. I was like, I'm just going to tell them I haven't performed yet. So it was, it was like, yeah, that's all you had to, if they would have told me, but I was being a dick. Let's get that straight. But Nicole Gorey stepped in there and she's like, as a nurse, as my healthcare profession. And I was already kind of like, whoo.
You already fired up.
Yeah, she had said something. I'm just, my healthcare advice is you can find a test somewhere that it could be free, blah, blah, blah. Because I'd mentioned, I was like, and tests are like $130, I believe. So they're going to require people to spend $130. Blah, blah, blah. Still kind of making little jabs. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, I have no problem. And you should, they said you should really quarantine if you've been exposed at all for 5 days. I was like, well, I'll quarantine if you pay my mortgage and car note and electric bill and grocery bill. I'll glad, as long as you want me to stay the fuck home, I will pack it in. And she's like, I was just giving my healthcare opinion on that. I was like, oh, well, no financial advice to help diversify my portfolio? I'm like, why not? I was just kind of
you just want to talk shit on her?
No. The whole reason, I'm just giving the whole story.
Like.
I gave her the whole story. That was me being a dick on her, talking shit, that whole thing.
Okay.
And I was like I said, I was an asshole. It's probably fucking stupid.
Okay.
So I contacted her and had her come on, and we cleared the air, you know.
So are you guys good now?
Yeah, we hugged it out.
During COVID?
Did you wear a mask?
Did you wear a mask?
You know what? Can we talk about how uncomfortable that question has become now?
Dude, I tell people to wear a mask constantly every day. I don't give a fuck. Put that shit on. Buy one. I don't give a shit. Put that shit on. I don't want you by my face.
Sheep. No.
I feel like that's a question that no one wants to talk about is, should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask?
If it's required, wear it. If not, do your thing. If you feel like it, wear it.
But what about the social pressures of feeling like you have to wear one, or maybe being the only person in the room that is wearing one, and then you're like, fuck, I'm the only person, now everyone's looking at me because I have one on, should I take it off? I feel like there's going to be a whole, no, I'm not giving my opinion, I'm just topics to talk about here, but there's going to be a whole, section, I don't know, I'm stoned, sorry, but the whole section of society, what is that called? Generation. A whole generation of society that's going to have a whole bunch of anxiety issues and social issues, and they're going to be what we're going to just flat out call fucked up, man. We thought Tide Pod eaters were bad. Oh, just wait.
Yeah,
give it 10 years, man.
Anymore,
no, we all day long. That is what you're taught. Polite. That's what you're supposed to do in customer service. If you speak, you engage with someone. all day long. No one wants to make eye contact with you anymore.
Nobody.
At
even
all.
people we work with.
It makes people uncomfortable if you look them in the eye.
If you see where it's gotten. So you're saying you've seen the change from when we were little kids to now.
Absolutely.
You've seen.
Things
so
have
you've
definitely
actually
changed.
been able to see what's changed.
Even in the last
what do
10
you
years,
think's going to happen?
Being in customer service.
Yeah, just the last 10 years. Now you see how fast it's speeding up. Where do you think it's going to be in 30 more years? Exactly where you think a authoritarian government, where they want them, where they want us?
I mean, if I'm retired with my 401k, then I'm cool.
I'm just saying, if I'm you, get fucking money now, man. As much as you
Buy
fucking
gold,
can.
hit that Bitcoin,
Get
and
as much
fucking
as you can, and then whenever you
Land.
fucking peak,
YOLO!
get out. Go wherever you want to go. Go to a different country. Own your own
Live
fucking
on a
island.
fucking bus.
Do whatever.
Travel
Put
with
wheels on your
dogs.
house. Whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. But for real, right now, just hustle, get money. Because whether it's 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years from now, some shit's going to go down. And you don't want to be fucking 65 trying to defend your house with a gun knowing you're going to die on your roof because some shit
saying,
happened and you had no money to get nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. I'm saying it's not. I don't think it's gonna be like this shit's gonna go down. I'm saying we're seeing it the past 30 years as we've just said. All right, we've seen what's happened. So 30, 40, 50 more years. We've already are to the point to where they just sit there and they know to stay away from each people they don't know. Don't talk to each other. You're gonna spread diseases. All right. That you're talking about the issues. You see them conforming. I'm speaking on what some people, these people that are kind of nutty conspiracy theorists that go down the deep end, the basis of what they're starting to think of and what fears make them fear is that it's that they see what that could be, and then they go down the deep end like it's going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but in the next 50 years, where do you think we're here now? We are seeing that now. What happens if it happens again? How much tighter and when these kids are as politicians and running the world, and they get hit with a pandemic, and what do you think? They'll be like, "I remember coronavirus. We're shutting this motherfucker down." Nothing.
Be stoned as shit.
It's idiocracy.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what it is.
It is the movie. So doped up that I just be like, okay.
It's the movie Idiocracy. It's people right now who are not. God, I'm gonna get shit for this, but
I'm glad you enjoyed that movie.
For real, I
She
did.
just watched it the other day.
For real, I did. I
haven't seen
did
it
a free
in
trial
years.
just
Are
to
you
fucking
serious?
watch the movie, man.
I tried
It's so good.
I tried to find it. I sat at Walmart for like an hour. I even talked to this weird guy that I met. Shout out to him. Forget your name, but he was cool. Maybe I see you at the
Shout out to
comedy
Weird
show.
Guy.
I invited you. We sat and
Shout
talked
out
for
to Weird Guy.
like 20 minutes while I was talking to him. Like we talked about the movie. And then about stocks and assets and Robert Kiyosaki, Your Old Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, while looking for Idiocracy.
But that's what it is. This is where it starts, is the pandemic. Listen, this is all my shit, but for real. Like, it's people who are not qualified or don't have the time that it requires to teach their kids at home. Or to make sure that the kids are able to stay focused in school or to do what they need to do. And so you have these people that are raising their kids. And then, like you said, basically, I mean, think about it. In 15 years, Tide Pod eaters are going to be where some of us are at. Or where people who are voting and are going to make these big decisions. People that eat laundry detergent are going to be making big decisions for us that are going to affect us, and they're raising those kids.
And
Right,
they're
and
gonna
they're
want more than $15 an hour.
Oh, they're going to want more than $15 an hour. And then they're going to have kids. So by the time we are 60 years old, Tide Pod eaters' kids are going to run stuff.
Right,
And we're going to be old and can't do shit.
What about the fact that the way that just look at how they're doing it? Like right now we're seeing right now maybe the implementations of them figuring out how the government can basically the parents don't have time to take care of the kids because of production, which is crazy because when the Industrial Revolution, they were like when they started factoring and Industrial Revolution hit, they had said, there was like famous people that said that we won't need to work a full 40-hour week whatsoever in the future. Our generation should not need to, we would need the 10-hour week or whatever. And so all we would need to do is public services and we should have a pretty like vacation. That was the idea. That was the theory and the thought. That's what they thought. They also thought the cars were going to be flying, but they shut that technology down.
All that stuff sounds so fun.
Right? But that's what they... This is literally things that were in, like, the papers and, you know, the things that they were talking about and everything about how the what it was doing, the Industrial Revolution with the technology
But keep
age.
in mind, we have progressed pretty far for the amount of years, especially when it comes to just a lot of things.
Right.